next speaker is a financial influencer, or as she likes to call herself, a finfluencer. Now, she developed a solid knack over the concepts of finance, taxation, and investment while pursuing an MBA in finance and also while working with IIFL Securities. Owing to her vast experience as a financial wizard, she founded taxationhelp.in, a technology driven platform covering services that cover the legal needs of startups and established businesses. She simultaneously immersed herself in crafting educational and informative content, garnering over 1 million loyal followers across all social media platforms, delivering content ranging from finance to cryptocurrency, stock markets, and trading to government funding schemes and taxation. She aspires to extend and encourage financial literacy through social media. And for this session, we did something special. We asked school kids and parents from all over the country to send in their finance related questions, which our expert will now be answering. So please put your hands together for Neha Nagar.
Thank you, Siddharth. I'm really curious to see what questions kids and their parents have for me. Let's start with the first one. This is so interesting that you're already thinking about investments, Raj. Now, coming to your question, the short answer is now, shubh kaam mein deri kya? You should start investing today, no matter what your age is. But when you start early, you will have many advantages. Like number one, you will have enough time to plan for your financial goals, like if you want to buy a car, if you want to buy a house, and of course we also want to retire early, and if we both start early retirement planning, like I'm 25 already, you are 12, so we both plan to retire at 50, so you will have 38 years to retire, to plan for your retirement. But I'm already 25, so I will have only 25 years to plan my retirement, so you will have more time. And actually you can create huge wealth in markets when you stay invested for a longer time period because of the compounded returns. Compounded returns is when you get returns on returns. Like you invested 100 rupees, I have also invested 100 rupees, but you have invested those 100 rupees for 38 years, but I have invested only for 25 years. So you will get more returns than me, right? And because you're too young, you can take more risk and you don't have any responsibilities. So if you take more risk and invest in riskier products, you will get more returns. Higher the risk, higher the returns. So yeah, this is a good option to start early. But since you are under 18, so you should invest under your parents' guidance, and also you will be needing a demat account. For that also you will need help of your parents. So do your research and then start investing. Yes, there is a golden rule for budgeting, which is 50-30-20 rule. Whatever you get in a month, your pocket money, your salary, your business income, you should divide it in three parts. 50% for your needs like food, rent, bills, which are extremely important, necessary. And then 30% should be for your wants like movie, traveling, shopping, which we all want to do. And rest 20% should be your savings and investing, and this 20% will make you wealthy. Learn to manage your finances from day one. Be disciplined with this rule to become wealthy in life. See, bank is definitely not a good option for investments. See, now inflation is almost 6%, but banks pay us only 3% in saving accounts, and they pay us only 6% returns in fixed deposits, which actually does not beat inflation. So we have to look for options which give us more returns than FD, which can actually beat inflation. So 7% should be the minimum return we should get from our investments. And for your kids, you can invest in schemes like Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana if you have a daughter of age less than 10 years. You can get returns up to 8% in this scheme. It has almost zero risk, but yes, it has a lock-in period of 15 years. You have to stay invested for 15 years and you will get returns after 21 years. So please check this scheme, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. It is a very good scheme because you are planning for their future, you have enough time, so it's a really good option for long-term investors. And other than this, if you don't have a daughter, then you can invest in public provident funds where you get good returns of about 7 to 8% with tax benefits. So it is also low risk financial product, and yes, it is for long term also, so you have to stay invested for 15 years. It has a tenure maturity period of 15 years. And other than this, if you're looking for lesser tenure products like then you can invest in mutual funds which gives 12 to 13% returns, but they are little risky, not that much risky like stocks or cryptocurrencies. So yes, mutual funds can be another good option. You can also invest in sovereign gold bond which are issued by government, and sovereign gold bonds gives gold returns, market returns, which are generally around 9 to 10% in long term annually. And with the market returns, you will also get 2.5% interest annually, which you will get from government because they are issuing the bond. Because you have to look at options which gives you more than 10% returns, because medical and education inflation is actually around 10%. So mutual fund is a good option, but if you want to take little risk, otherwise Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, sovereign gold bond and public provident fund are 3 options you can invest in. Cryptocurrencies are hot topic of the town these days. Cryptocurrencies are digital money which are not controlled by any country, any government, any company or any individual. Cryptocurrencies are made using technology of blockchain and cryptography. They are made by public for public, and they are also operated by public. We will discuss blockchain and cryptography in some other session or video, but let me explain cryptocurrency for you. Like if you want to send 1 crore rupees to me because you have liked my session so much, so now bank will verify this transaction that if you have 1 crore or not. If you have 1 crore, they will transfer it to me. So bank is in full control of our money. But in cryptocurrency world, anyone can join the blockchain network to verify and view these transactions, and they can verify and they can send Bitcoin to one another. For investment purposes, no, they are not safe. They are highly risky. But yes, they are a good option to diversify your investments. So you can invest only 5 to 10% of your portfolio. But I would suggest, if you don't have much knowledge about cryptocurrency, then invest lesser than 5% of your portfolio into cryptocurrencies. But invest by doing extreme research on your own. Know what's the use case of that crypto, like Bitcoin, which is OG crypto, the largest and the first crypto in the world. Bitcoin is used for payments. And the second largest crypto, which is Ethereum, is used to make blockchain, is used to make decentralized applications. It has many use cases. So you need to study more about these 2 cryptocurrencies and also know about their team, their background, what they want to do. And to be on safer side, invest in top 10 crypto in respect to their market cap. If they have higher market cap of like 1 billion, 500 million, that means more people have trust on those crypto. Although it is not any, there is no any security or guarantee that these will be safe and your money will be safe in these crypto. They are still risky, but they have potential to grow your money by 10x, by 20x in just few years. And then they can also make your investment zero in few days also. There are some other cryptos which can make your money zero in few days, like Squid Crypto. If you have heard a game, Netflix show which was very popular, the Squid Game, and someone launched their own crypto on the name of that game, and people invested blindly, and in just few days their all money was gone. Apart from that, there is another crypto, Shiba Inu, which has multiplied people's money 10x, 100x in just few months. But you have to research, you have to check what is their use case and invest wisely by doing your own research. Maya, since you are already 14, I am assuming you have 4 years to start your foreign education. Now you can invest in products which have lock-in period less than 5 years. Lock-in period means you cannot withdraw your money before 5 years. If you withdraw, you will be penalized. You have to pay some penalty. So we'll look at investment options which don't have any lock-in period. So try for mutual funds, large cap like blue chip mutual funds, which invest in India's top 20 or 25 companies, and they gave good returns in the past, like 14, 15, 18% also, but they have little risk, not that much risk. And try researching about these blue chip funds. Other than that, you can also invest 10% of your portfolio to small cap mutual funds, which can give you better returns, like they gave 30% in 2020, 50% in 2021, but they are little riskier as you are investing in small size companies, and you get returns when these companies make profits. But due to the pandemic, small cap companies are facing it difficult to make profits, so they are little riskier also. They have given good returns in 2020 and 2021, but for 2022 they are little riskier. Also, I will suggest you to invest in products which you actually understand, like whichever product you consume, Colgate, Apple, or any product you consume on daily basis, so you will have more understanding of that product, that industry. Then you can invest in those mutual funds also. Those mutual fund invest in companies like these. Like if you are well with IT sector, then you should invest in mutual funds which are focused in IT sector. Okay, let's start from fixed deposits. Fixed deposits is kind of a loan you are giving to bank. You deposit your money in bank for a fixed period of time, 5 years or 10 years. And in return, bank will pay you some amount like 6% or 7% interest on it. Fixed deposits are risk-free investments, so they give only 5 to 6% returns, but they need your money for longer time, like 3 years or 5 years, 1 year or 10 year also. And if you withdraw your money before that time period, before that committed time period, they will charge you some penalty amount also. Now let's move to stocks. These are part of ownership of a company. Like I want more money to grow my tax firm, taxation help. I will ask you to give me 1 lakh rupees, and in return I will sell my some ownership parts to you. Right now I'm 100% owner of my company, but because I need money from you, I'll say 90% owner I am and 10% you will be the owner of my company. So in that case, you will buy these shares. Since you have my company's shares, if my company grows and make more and more profits, demand of my shares will increase in the market. Oh, Neha is doing well, we should purchase her company's shares. And this demand will also increase price of these shares, maybe to 1,10,000 per share, and then you can earn returns on those investment which you have made. You purchased one share for 1 lakh rupees, and now the share is traded at rupees 1,10,000. So now you have made 10,000 profit by selling that share to another person. But these are risky because companies can make losses also, है ना? Even I can make losses in my business. But if you stay invested for a longer period of time in a good company, like big companies which are there for 100 years, then they give around 15 to 20% returns annually for the longer time period. So stocks are risky, and if you don't want to take that headache of researching about companies, and if you're not sure if you can pick a good company, then you can hand over this work to someone else who is expert in equities in stock market. And when you give your money to someone else to manage your funds, to manage your money and invest in stocks, that is what we call mutual fund. Like every one of us has deposited our money here, and we want someone else to take care of that money, then we will call it mutual fund. So some expert will pick this fund, and some expert will invest this fund in different companies, and he will generate a good return for all of us, let's say 10% or 12%, and then he will give us that return, but he will also charge some management fees. So mutual fund can also give you returns around 15%. They are little riskier and little less riskier than stocks. We have a finance rule which tells us how much we should invest in stocks. The rule is 100 minus your age. You are 15 right now. 100 minus 15. 85% should be invested in stocks. So Dimple, you can invest 85% of your portfolio in stocks. Then you can invest 5% in bonds or in any other fixed income instrument which are less riskier than stocks, and then you can invest rest of your 10% in emergency fund, and you can park it in your saving account. So 10% for saving account, 5% for fixed income instruments, and 85% for your stocks investments. Yes, investing in stocks is risky because there is no fixed return guaranteed to us. You're lending your money to businesses, to companies, and those businesses may perform or may not perform well. And stock market is very volatile. It get affected by events and news. Like when COVID news first came in 2020, Nifty went 7,000 from 12,000. But in 2021, it was again around 17,000. So it's very volatile and risky. We should invest only with proper risk management. Check your risk taking capacity, make your financial goals, and diversify your investments. And diversification is very important because sometimes equity will perform, sometimes bonds will perform. So you should have both in your portfolio. And for your daughter, if she is under 10, you can invest in Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, which gives 7% returns, but it has a lock-in period of 15 years. And if she is above 10, then invest in Public Provident Fund, which gives almost equivalent returns to Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. But if you can take little risk, which I am supposing you can, then you can invest in large cap mutual funds, which can give you returns around 15 to 20% also. Large cap mutual funds which invest in large cap companies like Reliance, Tata, big companies. They invest in big companies. So you can pick those mutual funds. Smriti, let me just rewind and sum up the session. So the most important part of personal finance is you must have a personal financial plan for yourself. Like if you are now 15 or 12, you should know what you want to do after 5 years or 10 years or 15 years. Like after 5 years, I want to buy a car. After 10 years, I want to buy a house. So we should list all these down, that we will be achieving these financial goals in those years, 2030, 2050. And at that point of time, I will need this much amount for these goals. This is your personal finance plan you should make for yourself. And then you should plan to invest your money in such a way that you can meet all your financial goals. And also you should check your risk taking capacity, Like if you're young, you're healthy, you don't have any responsibilities, and you have a strong financial support from your parents, then your risk taking capacity will be higher side. So you should list that down also, then only you will be able to make good financial decisions. Apart from that, third most important thing is you should have an emergency fund for yourself. We have already seen during the pandemic that anything can happen, so we should be well prepared for any kind of situation. So there is a formula which is 6 times of your monthly income you should have an emergency fund of. Like if I am earning 10,000 per month, so 60,000 should be in my bank account all the time, and those 60,000 can be converted into cash within few hours, right? Like if I have deposited my money in fixed deposits, so it will take some hours or days to get converted into cash. But if I have deposited my amount just into bank account, bank saving account, it will take just 2 to 3 hours to convert it into cash. So we can park our emergency fund, which is 60,000, 6 times of your monthly income, into bank saving account or recurring deposits or debt mutual funds. That's really amazing, Harpreet. And you can teach him by examples. So you have to set budgets for yourself and you have to stick to your budget. So show him by examples. Other than this, you should teach him about that 50-30-20 rule I have just mentioned in this session. And apart from that, you should reward him if he does well in managing his own budget, and also let him make mistakes. Let him do some work by himself. Like you can give him control of a bank account in which he can put his money. Apart from that, you can let him handle your house monthly grocery shopping. He can manage everything, so let him do it and let him make some mistakes. Apart from that, you can do some changes with your monthly pocket you give to your son. Sometime you give him high and sometime you should give him low, so that he will learn how to manage different situations. And apart from that, yeah, you can lead by examples. When the Extramarks team approached me to conduct this session, I was pleasantly surprised that an education platform wanted to emphasize on importance of savings, investments, and personal finance to school-going kids, something that is often left out in school curriculum, but yet so vital. I'm happy that Extramarks is doing this, and happier that they chose me to speak on this subject, which is just not close to my heart, but hopefully helpful for students and parents.